Yeah, late in the second half, was trying to throw it to Dalton, and kind of got grabbed from the back at the same time as I was throwing. The ball just came out of my hand, obviously high. Yeah, unfortunate. And then in overtime, crossing route, was throwing it low on purpose, and just wasn't able to make the play and the connection between us two. And obviously tips up, and guy makes a great catch right there above the ground and ends the game.
You were almost perfect in the first half. How do you explain the offense between the first half and the second half with the lull in the third quarter?
Yeah, I mean that's a tough spot, especially in the third quarter. This season has been where we've come out. We've come out hot after making adjustments, and so for tonight that to be our lull, and obviously have the turnover and have some stall outs, some 3-and-outs, and don't get it going. It's tough, but it's hard for me to give you that answer right now. Haven't watched film. Got to go back and do that and go from there.
Ed Werder, ESPN. Dak, you talked all week about eliminating the interception, how frustrated you were by him. How much you feel now, the consequences?
Yeah, I mean, frustration grows, obviously. To end the game on a pick six, yeah, it's tough. It's tough. It's frustrating. And not only that, as I said, the first one, yeah, I mean, I just got to not even try to throw the ball right there. Feel the guy grab me and just tuck the ball and take the sack and just move on to the next play. And that's that balance. And obviously I'll learn from it and tuck it next time. So it's tough. It's tough treading that line, trying to make a play, trying to be aggressive, and at the same time not putting the ball at risk. So, yeah.
In the regulation and third down, just your thought process of what you saw there on that completion down the sideline?
Yeah, I mean, it was a one-on-one. Obviously, we had a crossing route with CD. They put 2 to 3 guys on him, and 31 was pretty much just off the whole time, and I just tried to throw it deep and give Noah a chance.
Dak, Tyler for ESPN. Does this change at all feelings going into Philadelphia week, or how does it alter?
Honestly, it doesn't. Obviously, it sucks losing to start there, but if we had won that game right there on the field goal, I don't think that necessarily changes the law in the third quarter, the bad things that happened in this game. Yeah, so we've got to move on, just like any other week. I mean, it's not like I don't know what happened with Philly. Guessing they won. Yeah, so I mean, it's not like that puts us in a better position or not. So it's about, at this point, building, trying to get better, trying to clean up our mistakes, learn from our mistakes, and make sure that we're just carrying momentum heading into week after week as we move forward to get into this postseason.
Louis Scruggs, NBC 5, Dak, first interception, they got a touchdown out of it, and obviously the second they scored. Do you put this on you in terms of this game being on? How do you internalize this?
Yeah, I mean, I take every loss on the chin. I think that's my job as a quarterback, to put us in positions to win and eliminate the mistakes and the potential chances to allow them to score after turnover. So, and that's what's frustrating about it, whether it's a tip ball, whether it's a unfortunate interception, whatever it is. They all suck. And at the end of the day, I've got to do a better job, and that's where it is when I say I take them on the chin, that's what I'm also trying to make those plays, is to make those plays to put us in a better chance, put us in better field position, and give us a better chance to win. So, yeah, yeah, it's tough. It's tough when you lose. Second overtime game this year. I was 0-2 in overtime this year, and wanting to be in those positions, have the ball in my hand, and when it ends up like that, yeah, it sucks. It's a feeling that I don't like, and I've got to learn from it and do better, put the ball in better positions, and be smarter with it.
So last week it was a game-winning drive.
J-Mac Sports 24/7. I'm J-Mac. Thanks for coming to the channel. I'm going to need a minute to get my thoughts together, to digest this L we just took. So bear with me. I need a minute to collect my thoughts. Can't even enjoy some good music tonight. Sunday night. This L that we took tonight is not on Mike McCarthy. Well, let me back away from that. I was listening to Nate Newton and some other former Cowboys players, and they brought up a word that I brought up, last week and week before last. Continuity. Continuity. We don't have it. Didn't have it on offense. Didn't have it on the offensive line. Rotating tackles. And then the word is that they're going to implement the starting offense next week. Let me rephrase that. Starting offensive line next week. Dak Prescott. Yeah, Dak. Philly won. Philly won, Dak. Philly won again, Dak. But you didn't, Dak. The Cowboys didn't, Dak. The Cowboys lost. We took this L. The Cowboys and we as fans, because we claim to be Cowboy fans, so we took this L with them. So we're a team, right? So we took this L because of Dak Prescott and the defense. Dak Prescott and the defense. I'm on board now. I'm on board with so many naysayers of Dak Prescott. I'm on board. Dak Prescott has reached his apex. Dak Prescott does not show any growth. He does not show any growth. Dak Prescott has 8, 9 interceptions? He's throwing at least one weekly now, and now twice 2 interceptions per week now. Dak Prescott is a good quarterback. He is not an elite quarterback, so stop it. He had a QBR rating for this game 107.1. He threw the ball 30 times. He had 23 completions for 253 yards. I don't care. We got an L. I didn't say they, the Cowboys. I said we. I'm a Cowboy fan. Our defense, it reminded me of week 1 when we needed to stop Tampa Bay from driving that one drive, or not week 1, but week 1. And then the week we played against the Eagles, we need to stop their drive, and they just marched down the field and scored. Dak talked about that pick 6. I remember years ago in the 90s when Troy Aikman threw a pick 6 in Philadelphia. We was about to go in to score a touchdown. We was in the red zone. The difference between Troy Aikman's pick 6 and Dak Prescott's pick 6 is that we was in the red zone to score. And I forget who picked Troy off, and he ran it all the way back, and they win the game. Philly wins the game. So the results are the same. But this is twice that Dak has thrown an interception with his back to the end zone. This is twice that he has done that. Now let's talk about the tip balls. Why so many tip balls? Let's use some critical thinking here. Why does suddenly all these tip balls? What creates a tip ball? Well, one, great defense, great coverage can create a tip ball. But on a consistent level, defense because defense are different from week to week. But why is the common denominator a tip ball then? Well, if you use some critical thinking here, it's because you're not throwing an accurate football. and which correlates with the wide receiver you're throwing to is making an extra effort to catch the ball because it's not in a place for him to catch the ball or no one catch the ball. So he's making an extra effort to catch the ball. And the ball thus is tipped. Because we do not have an accurate quarterback. We have a good quarterback. He can win many regular season games for you. He can win games, enough games to get you above 500. But he has not reached his growth. I mean, he has not reached his. I'm really upset here. There's no growth. There's no more growth for Dak Prescott in my eyes. He's reached his apex as a quarterback in the National Football League. Our defense. Those many years, I mean, we have Roger Staubach, Shore Aikman, Danny White, Quincy Carter. Quincy Carter was our quarterback one time. Can you believe that? He was drafted as our quarterback. Anyhow, Gary Hogaboom, Glenn Carano, all these quarterbacks that we've had in the past. Tony Romo. Out of all the quarterbacks we've had, quarterbacks with Super Bowl championship rings, Troy Aikman and Mr. Quarterback himself, Mr. Cowboy himself, Roger Staubach, have Super Bowl rings. They are in the Hall of Fame. But Tony Romo have better stats than they do. The only stats they outweigh pretty much Tony is Super Bowl championships and playoff victories. Why do I bring Tony Romo up? Has been, done, passé. Because he has never had the teams around him as Dak Prescott have had in the past. That 2016 year, oh man, if you only let Tony come back and play when he was healthy, but I think we would have had a Super Bowl that year. I think we would have won. I really do. But he never got a chance to get back under center. Never, because we saw some growth in Dak Prescott. We were winning. We had a rookie running back, a rookie quarterback, and that offensive line was ridiculous. Whew, man. 40 points. You know, let's give 14 of those to Dak Prescott. Or, you know. We're playing Philly next week. And let's say we win that game. By chance we win that game. Come on. What do you think we're going to do in the postseason? Because it's a possibility we could play Philadelphia for a third time. What hurts more than anything else than taking an L and losing to the Philadelphia Eagles is that they're not the typical Philadelphia Eagles. They are really good. They're either the number one or the second best team in the league. One or two. It can go back and forth between the Eagles and the Chiefs. And only because of, I believe, the Chiefs has a better quarterback. They have a better head coach. I'm going to give the nod to the Chiefs because they've been there. That team's been there. That quarterback's been there. That quarterback has won. Okay, so I'm giving the nod to the Chiefs. They know how to prepare for a championship game. They've been there. Cowboys. So I just want to finish this video. I just want to get it up there. Dak Prescott has declined. He has reached his apex, and I'm not on board with him being the best quarterback or elite quarterback. He's a good quarterback. Then there's Kevin Joseph, our cornerback, replacing Larry Brown. Larry Brown. I always want to say Larry Brown. Brown, our cornerback. He is a good. How can I say this? He's a good practice squad player. A good practice squad player. We miss Van Els when he got hurt. Leighton, we miss Leighton when he got hurt. Left the game. That hurt us. Our defense is trash. I'm going to say it like it is. I don't care how many sacks you get. Right now, the Eagles have number one in sacks. They're number one in takeaways. They're extremely good on third down efficiencies, getting the team off the field. And they are definitely the best team in the NFC, and it's debatable if they're the best team in the league. Dak Prescott said, in spite of all the woes, if the Jaguars had missed their field goal, we win the game. Oh, really? If we won that game, what confidence did you have in the Cowboys? If we had won the game. $192 yards, second half. I think, or the 200, second half. No, 192 yards on the ground rushing second half. 192 yards. Just rotating players. So I guess you can put that on. I don't know. I mean, because you do have an offensive line coach. So how much authority does Mike McCarthy give the offensive line coach who plays and who does not play? So I don't know. That's all I got to say right now. Dak Prescott is not an elite quarterback. We need to get with that. We need to search for a cornerback in the draft, and continue to look for another quarterback. We need to. Dak, he got paid. Zeke got paid. Zeke played well. Tony Pollard played well. It's just that we need to go get a quarterback. We need to start looking for quarterbacks. And the interception is too many INTs for me. Just too many INTs for me. You got to know how to tuck the ball in, tuck it, take a sack, or throw it away. And you got to get accurate. There's no consistency there with Dak Prescott. I like Dak Prescott. He's a good person. But I don't see the growth like I saw in Tony Romo. Tony Romo was undrafted, and season after season he got better and better. Again, unfortunately, he didn't have the team around him as Dak had, the offensive line. And at one point, sometimes he had decent defenses, but he have not hit the right receivers like at all times, or he doesn't have an overall team like Dak have had and have. So I just don't see the growth. I don't ever see him even in interviews or post-game press conferences. He's talking about his growth, what he's learning. He's good at the line of scrimmage, but once the ball is, picking things out and seeing defenses and picking up the blitz, but he's not throwing an accurate ball. He's just 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 not throwing an accurate ball. And our defense, let's say again, let's say Dak was doing his thing. You know, we're still giving up a lot of yardage on the ground, and we're giving up a lot of points on the board. And so we cannot win like that. We just can't. Now we got to play the Eagles. And as I said, I mean, we've lost to the Eagles before, many times. But they look like they're a Super Bowl team right now. And I live in a state of Pennsylvania, the same state that the Eagles are in. So I got to hear this crap. I got to hear it and hear it and hear it. But hey, Eagles are a better team than the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, I said it. The Eagles are a better team than the Dallas Cowboys this season. This season. JMac Sports 24/7. If this is your first time coming to the channel, please subscribe, like, share, and comment. Another fan reaction to the L that we just received from the likes of the Jacksonville Jaguars, a team that was below 500. We took an L. And before I close, I do want to say this. We got punked in the second half. We got punked. Our defense got beat up. Our offensive line didn't know what to do. We got punked. That's and I'm saying we got punked. Please like, share, subscribe to the video. Peace. 2 fingers.